How's it going, guys? Recently I was flipping through my email, just going back, because I know the email address that I have now for Yahoo is pretty old, but and I wanted to see, I was just curious to see how old it was. So I was like scanning through. Apparently it's over 12 years old. It goes back all the way to 2006. If you can remember back that far. There were some interesting emails along the way, but by far, this is probably the most embarrassing one that I've found, and I want to share it with you guys just because, like, it's nothing crazy. It's just very cringy. Just being an entitled millennial, playing that whole part and all that, but yeah, without hyping it up too much more, I just want to get right into it. It's not too long, and yeah, it's hilarious. So it starts off. I wrote a message to my teacher at the time in college about my attendance, as you can see in the subject line. This is back in May 2007, so almost 11 years ago, a little over 11 years ago. My name is Matthew Clark, and I am in your English Comp 3 class that meets Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. I'd like to know if I have missed 5 or 6 classes so far this semester, and if I have missed 6, if I've failed already, or if you mean any more than 6 is when you fail. I guess I was confused about that cutoff point. If you can miss 6, and then like the next absence would be like the cutoff point there, or if you miss 6 classes, then you're done. I'm sure you've probably heard a lot of stories from a lot of different people, which is why I fear that you may have no patience for this sort of thing. But I want you to know that I have made every effort to come to class on time and every day we meet. I do remember, like, I was in like a counselor's office or something for something, and somebody who was in not this class, but another class that I was taking at the time, he asked me, he's like, are you still in this class or in that class or whatever? And I was like, yeah, like I'd missed, I hadn't showed up to class in like 2 weeks without giving any sort of notice. I was just a dumb kid at the time. I was, pretty much my parents were paying my way for me in college, and, yeah, you really don't appreciate it until, appreciate, the time, actually showing up, because they don't care. It's not like in high school where, you can get suspended or, it's a whole big fiasco if you miss class or something in high school. But, yeah, in college, the teachers, they've already gotten paid. If you don't show up, it's like, they don't give a shit. They already got your money. So I go on. The only reason I've missed so much is because of my sleeping schedule prior to coming back to school. And that's still true. I'm definitely not a morning person. Very much not a morning person. I can do it every so often, but I still need to take a nap as soon as I get back home. I enjoy your class. I love being there and being introduced to new ways to further enhance my reading and writing. I'm definitely better at interpreting now than I ever was. See, you gotta lay it on thick. I lay it on a little bit thicker here later, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to definitely brown nosing at this point. This is the second time I've had to take this class. I failed last year due to outside problems, and I don't want to fail again. My parents, for the most part, are bad enough without the knowledge of another failed class to rag on me about. What I would like to know is if there is any other way, if I've indeed already failed, to make up for lost time. Is there any work I can do? I'm willing to do anything if it'll mean I can stay in class and get the credit for it for my degree. I'm going for an English degree and am aspiring to be an author someday, but I'm getting dismayed by all these setbacks. It can be so hard sometimes. So please, if I can have another chance, I would greatly appreciate it, but if not, I guess I can accept that and at least be able to tell my parents I tried, but I'm really not looking forward to letting them down again. Thank you for considering this letter, Matthew Clark. Oh my god. This is definitely something written by somebody who's 20 years old. reading this now at 31 years of age, I'm just like first of all, like that is just way too much information to be putting into a letter to a teacher. Like she responded to this message. She said, "Matt, you've missed 5 classes, which means that your final grade will be dropped 2 letter grades. If you miss again, you will fail the course. I would recommend withdrawing if you still can. If you can't wake up for a 9 a.m. class, then you shouldn't register for one. You can stay in the class, but be aware of the grade deduction. Let me know if you have any questions." Yeah, this is just like the entitlement of like if I had tried this, like I wouldn't have even thought to have tried this if this was like, 30 years ago, 20 years ago even. I don't know, for whatever, like my generation, like you can read like more research about it in other places, but it's just like this is clearly my fault. It shouldn't be on the teacher to to pass me this, in spite of like what I brought on myself. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Just about got done the script for episode 2, which is episode 2 and 3. They're way bigger. This series is getting pretty big now. So a lot of scenes and cuts and all that, and setups and all that stuff. So but yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.